Hi guys, Mark here, Celtic Crossbows. We're going to be looking at today what I think is some of the cream picks and necessary upgrades you need for your Steambow on your Picatinny loadouts. Why are these essential and what are the best options for you? Watch on. For this edition then, we're going to be ignoring the chassis or the lower of your crossbow. We're going to be focusing purely on your upper, your different mounting options and the work that's got to be done as required to use them. Now generally as your upper comes, it's undrilled, brand new, your lasers not fitted, etc. First thing you have to do is take it apart. Right then, so on your Picatinny rails, as from the factory that comes, you have your one top rail on your AR62 magazine. If you want to fit your side rails, these have to be drilled out yourself to be fitted, but that's not a problem. It's clearly marked out on the inside of the magazine when you take it apart, where to drill and how to change your laser, etc. I'll do it in another video. So from the factory you got one rail option and your under rail, which obviously today I think is inadequate. Steambow agree as well. That's why on the new M10 system, which we look at in another video, of the quick change front mount system. Now your Mark 1 magazine, you try to bring it on the camera and have a look. You've got your two holes here for securing your laser, but it's the same thing. You would have to quite clearly drill out your magazine for fit inside Picatinny rails. Some people don't feel excited about doing this sort of thing, not very good with the old drill and DIY. So on the Mark 3 magazine, which is the Mark 2 alloy magazine, they come pre-fitted and pre-mounted, which you'll see now. So if you're not very good with the old drill and screwdriver set, the Mark 2 alloy mag comes pre-drilled and pre-fitted with your front Picatinny rails. So it gives you easy use straight out of the box, and with the use of things like a quick release Picatinny mount system, you no longer have to bother with Allen keys or Allen wrenches. You just simply lock them on and clip them down. For your Picatinny rail, I've done an excellent guide how to fit one of these yourself, and of course you've got your bottom Picatinny rail as well. But what we're going to look at today is your loadout options and what I think are your essential loadout options and what you need for home defense. So select your magazine depending on what you're going to use it for. If you're going to see a lot of use, go for the alloy magazine. You're going to be doing a lot of shooting in the garden, are you doing a lot of practicing, are you going to be doing a lot of field work like triple P shooting to get practice in. In that case, I highly recommend the alloy mag. It'll take more hammering. Nothing wrong with the poly mag. But if you're a competent shooter already and you just want a spare bow left in your wardrobe, left beside the sofa, as you just pick up and grab, and is not going to see hardly any use at all, is literally a self-defense weapon which you should never ever have to use in the UK today, or any other country for that matter. But life is what it is, and politics is changing all the time, and who knows what's going to happen next. So that's my choice. I prefer the alloy mag, is what I use as my go-to. But the polymer is an excellent magazine system as well. Single shot crossbows. These are a one-hit wonder. You will never get a second shot loaded in time if somebody's attacking you. These are good for hunting, survival situation, bug out, shit hits the fan. That's what these are perfect for. So if you're going to go for your survival crossbow, you will need to be upgrading to a magazine straight away, because for self-defense purposes, defending your home is good enough for a standoff weapon, for a warning, but once you fire your bolt, that's it. Okay then, so I think your first essential upgrade that you must buy for your Steambow or any other crossbow is a quiver mount for your bolts. This is essential. If you're given a situation, you're at home, you're in bed, you're breaking downstairs, you're fumbling around at night, by the time you get your crossbow, by the time you find your bolts, because they loosen the drawer beside the bed and you feed them in one by one, It could already be too late. This thing could already be running up the stairs towards you, and he could be armed. You never know these days, although firearms are banned in the UK more or less, especially pistols, it doesn't stop the criminal element. So that's why I recommend one of these with a quick release Picatinny mount. If you've already got your front Picatinny rails already fitted, it's just a simple matter of hold it down, throw your catch over, and that's it. Your quiver is now fitted. It is easy, it is essential. Okay, now everybody have their own choice of bolts they practice with. I have mine. This is your Steambow practice bolts. These are for your bow limbs, straight from the factory for your 55 pounds, etc. If you use up to 90 pounds, you need to use a heavier bolt. I use my own, I make it myself. I'll just show you now. These are my own broadheads. I designed them for this system, it works perfect. Just pop it in the magazine, in you go, and just pull it out, and that's now your crossbow loaded. You don't need to do anything else. You got 5 shots now in there. It will take 6 in the magazine, but the speed loads only come with 5. The reason being is, one in the breech ready to rock and roll, and should you need a backup, you can just quickly go over. So this is why I think this is the most essential first upgrade you do to your crossbow. Don't matter about the sights, don't matter about the lasers, this is the first thing to get with a quick release Picatinny. So if it's loaded and you use your shots or whatever, you've got another magazine then you can quickly shove in, and you're ready to go again. So you've now got 6 in your chamber and 5 at your hand ready to go. And you don't have to be in your hand ready to go. You can have on your belt as well with a twin loader. So you have 2 magazines together, your knife and your magazine. Next one to go for, I believe, is the knife mount. Reason being, same again, you just put it straight onto your magazine, lock it down. And with your knife then, if something does come at you and you don't have time to reload, you can just take your knife and be ready to go. Right, so you got our ARK1 knife now. Excellent piece of tactical kit. And not just a gimmick either. This is a really custom made blade. Locks into place and makes a useful access. So if you are shooting at someone, or they come at you and you fire your last bolt, you haven't got time to take your magazine and reload, and they snatch in for your bow, you quite literally can just grab your knife straight away and in for the kill. Remember, at the end of the day, it's self-defense, it's your life or theirs. They're in your house, they're intruding, they are armed, and you're defending your family. Right, other loadout options, let's have a look. Okay, so let's have a look at these belt quivers and see how they are in use. They can be used on your molly system as well, just clip in, because of the way they're designed. You can just clip over the straps of your bag. They also use an M16 magazine pouch, so you can put 2 of these in together into your M16 pouch. So you're not just limited to having the plastic belt clip, you can actually use M16 molly pouches to have it on your chest and other places as well. So don't think you're just limited to mounting your accessories onto your crossbow, you can use other options. Right then. Right, here they are then, folks. We got our rigs mounted on our belt now. You can do this in any order you like. You can put the 2 quivers on the one piece, as you always got your 2 magazines together. You can put your knife on your other hip. I do it this way just for convenience for the camera. Okay, so you fire your last bolt. Let's pretend our magazines are on here. I've taken them off just for ease for the camera. Open the top. You can just reach down, grab your magazine, straighten the system, press your button and pull it out and you're away. And that's your magazine loaded. You can keep it on standby. If you don't want it then, you can just release it back out and take the magazine back out and just put it straight back in, ready for use, and yet now unloaded and back in a peaceful situation. Right then, sighting systems and what you got available to you. From the factory, with the metal magazine, you got this excellent now adjustable front post fibre optic sight with rear notch. If you want to fit a front single point sight, totally doable, but straight away it renders your sighting system useless. If it's on an Allen key and your battery's flat, you're buggered, because you pick it up, you've got no sighting system, your battery's gone. Is why I prefer irons. So you take that off and you're back to your irons. Assuming you haven't fitted the scope rail like I have, the sights on it are excellent, you don't need any more. You've got your single point laser on the front. The batteries are good for 3 years out of the factory for standby use until the day you need them. So once your battery's in and sighted in, it's going to last a long time till the day you need it. With your sight now mounted on the rear, as you can see, it's quite tall, because you've got the extra rail underneath from the quick release magazine system. I'm happy to put up with that and live with that, because in the event, like I said, if the battery does fail, it's just a matter of flicking off the catch and the sight is off. What about the single point sights that's on there, the open irons? Well, I have an alternative for those as well, which I think are a great system. Right, okay, and this is on my survival crossbow, and these rather excellent, nifty flip-up irons. They have, after coming the camera upside down, as you can see this, a reversible sight element. So you can just switch it over from small to a large peep, adjustable for windage, and adjustable foresight for elevation as well. Taking it off for the now, because I'm doing some other work with this for another video. But in the event that your battery goes, these I think are the best irons on the market at the moment. Fold downable, put away, and great, absolutely great. I love them. And again, is the finger tight, so you just undo with your finger and they come off. And that's it, is that quick. So if your battery goes on your a single point sight, is that quick just to change them over. The next one we're covering is your laser sighting systems. Your standard front mount under your rail, above your rail, is your red dot. Now if I switch this on now, you can see it is on. There's the light in the camera. Now I'm going to put this on the camera behind and just about make it out there. And this is why the green lasers are better for daytime use. What's the best way to fit your laser? If you fit it obtuse to your barrel, you can get crossover, what's called, in the sighting system. So you might be 0 at 10 yards, but at 15 or 20 yards it might be crossing over from cant of your mount, etc. You don't know. This is why, again, why I think this one, this scope here, single point sight, is fantastic with the 3 mounting rails on top. For the simple reason, let's put my crossbow down, make sure it's better. With this fitted in line with the barrel, get out the camera light. So as soon as I add a Picatinny mount on here, the laser is true to the barrel, your green laser. So you have your red laser underneath with the magazine, green laser on top, or you can have a green laser underneath on the front where your hand grip is. I think this is better because you've got all your sighting systems together. You can have your torch on the side, your daily use torch, your tactical torch on the right hand side, your green laser on top should you need it, and you've got your red laser in the front. This way I swear by this. I've had this one now 10 years and it's an excellent piece of kit. It's 10 years? No, about 7 years actually I've had that particular sight. They are still available. I'll put a link below. They're about £45 on eBay, I think. But that's your sighting systems covered. If you're going to be shooting in the daytime, you need a green laser. You don't need your torches. So this way, again, it is essential you get your loadouts right, because you don't need to be carrying floodlights around in the daytime when it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon in bright sunshine. You just don't need it. It slows down your rig. The more weight you've got in front, the slower your reactions. On the last section then, we're going to be looking at night sight systems, torches, tactical torches, LED, etc. Right, depending on what you are using your system for will depend on what lasers and torches you use, etc. If you're using your crossbow just for daytime use, perhaps you go on a daytime rig or a nighttime rig. If you're using a daytime rig, your standard everyday red laser mounted in the front isn't going to be much use to you unless you're indoors and you can see it. For those kind of things you need a green laser, much brighter, although more expensive, nearly double the cost. For why, I don't know. They just seem to be. Can be mounted the same, straight into your mount, and Steambow supply 2 screws to lock the laser into your mount. This again can be mounted directly to a quick change mounting system, so you can just switch on and out. If your rig is going to be used for general night work, i.e. perimeter security, things like this, you will need an everyday torch or lamp, as they say in America. Is your standard AA maglite. It fits beautifully into the Steambow mount and mount straight onto your Picatinny rail on your crossbow. You have extra holes there to adjust it on, to fit it onto other systems as well. If you want to fit it straight onto a Picatinny rail, drill 2 holes in for the mount and just bolt it straight to it with the holes that come. If you want to go with a tactical lamp, these are great, extremely bright, will blind you. I think it's I can't remember how many lumens off the top of my head. I'll put it in a message below. But also now today you have the new LED maglite as well, which is extremely great. I love this, and I think this is a better option than the original classic maglite. You can recognize it because the head is slightly longer than the old one, although it uses the same chamber, and it's a roughly ½ inch longer. But the new Pro maglites, as they're called, these are fantastic. They run about £45, the same cost approximately as the Steambow tactical lamp, but these come with the mounts from the factory. And I've been looking all over eBay for a maglite mount to go under a Picatinny, and they are like hen's teeth. I've yet to find one. 3D printed, yes, but a nice alloy one, no. Well, I also hope you guys found this interesting and useful, and it saves some of you from going out and just throwing money at something and hoping what works. You can then now see how you can rig your system best to your situation. Whether it's going to be for daytime use, you're going to need a green laser. If it's nighttime use, you're going to need spotlights. If you're expecting a lot of hostility, then you need multiple magazine loadouts for your Steambow. Not everybody's tactical minded, not everybody's worked with the military. So this is a good starting point, I think, to get you orientated thinking on what to expect in a situation and what you should have on your person. It's no good having 20 magazines on your belt. By the time you go and find them, put them on your belt, and the target is already upon you. You want something you can grab quick and use. Some countries, firearms is okay. You can walk around with your firearm in your jacket, not so in places in Europe. So this way has become I believe it's one of the best systems on the market from Steambow for home defence. Look at other things, alternative sighting systems. Is the Crossbow just going to be sat a long time without any maintenance? And consider using lithium batteries, which last for, in some cases 10 years shelf life before they need replacing. Are you in a really bright environment? Are you California, something like this, where a green laser is optimal because you will not see a red laser in bright sunshine? Do you live in a dark country? Do you need more lighting systems on your Crossbow? All these are things that take into account, like a head torch and things like that. All these are things that take into account when rigging out your setup. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit the old like and subscribe and share button, and from your latest Steambow dealer, thanks and bye bye.